Imagine a world, not too far in the future, where the rush for space resources has replaced the gold rushes of old. Picture a time when nations and corporations alike race to stake their claims on the celestial bodies that dot our skies. This, dear listener, is the new frontier of the 21st century. Rewind back to the early 21st century, when commercial space activities were in their infancy. Private companies were just beginning to launch satellites for communication and observation purposes. Space, once the exclusive playground of government agencies, had started to see the first seeds of commercial involvement. Fast forward to 2030. The commercial space industry had grown exponentially. Companies were now launching not just satellites, but also spacecraft carrying humans to the International Space Station, and even planning missions to Mars. The race for space had become not just about exploration, but also about business and profit. By 2040, the situation had evolved further. Mining asteroids for precious metals and other resources had become a reality. Companies were staking claims on asteroids, and nations were scrambling to create laws to regulate these new activities. The gold rush of the 21st century had begun, but with this rush for resources came conflicts. Who owned these celestial bodies? Could anyone lay claim to an asteroid or a chunk of the moon? And who had the right to exploit these resources? These questions led to disputes between nations, between companies, and even between nations and companies. There were issues of territorial claims, as nations tried to extend their sovereignty to space. There were issues of property rights, as companies sought to stake their claims on celestial bodies. And there were issues of equitable resource distribution, as the rich and powerful sought to monopolize the wealth of space. The conflicts escalated. Nations threatened sanctions. Companies threatened lawsuits. The dream of space exploration, once a symbol of human cooperation and aspiration, was becoming a battleground of greed and power. But it does not have to be this way. The conflicts arising from the commercial exploitation of space resources can be addressed. They require the formulation of international agreements and frameworks. They require a balance between scientific exploration, commercial activities, and the prevention of harmful exploitation. These agreements must ensure fair and sustainable use of celestial bodies. They must ensure that the wealth of space is not monopolized by a few, but is used for the benefit of all. They must ensure that space remains a place of cooperation and exploration, not conflict and exploitation. So as we stand on the brink of this new frontier, it is imperative to think about these issues. It is crucial to discuss and debate them. It is vital to find solutions that ensure space remains a place of inspiration and aspiration, not conflict and greed. As we look up at the stars, let us not forget that they belong to all of us, not just the ones who get there first. Remember, the future is not just something that happens, it's something we create. So let's ensure we create a future where space remains a beacon of hope and wonder, not a battleground for resources.